Hi, Omega Khaos here again with another online tech profile, and this time I am showing my updated Rank-Up Gimmick Puppet deck. So this deck is back pretty much. I kinda gave up on the deck some time ago, but now I brought it back. And I think it's now a lot better than it used to be. I try to make it a lot more consistent, and it's not as glass cannon as it used to be. And I try to make it more control oriented, and yeah, not as OTK based. So let's go over this deck. Of course, again, sorry about the shaky camera. Like I said, I don't have a tripod currently, but I'm planning on ordering one in the summer, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. So first the monsters. Of course, the key card is Gimmick Puppet Doll, because of course when you banish a Gimmick Puppet from the graveyard, you can then spell summon it from the graveyard, so it's really good for your rank 8 plays. Unfortunately, it has a restriction that you can only use it as exist material for a Gimmick Puppet exist monster, so you can't really go into generic rank 8s with this card like Felgrand, which is kind of unfortunate, but yeah, what can you do? I guess otherwise this deck will be really powerful. Then free Magnet Doll, which you can just battle summon when your opponent controls a monster and you control only Gimmick Puppet monsters, minimum one, so yeah, of course helps you make your rank 8 plays. Then one Gimmick Puppet Shadow Feeler, which can just revive from the graveyard when you take damage with, by a direct attack. You can spell summon it, then you take 1000 damage, and it cannot be destroyed by battle, and when it's used detached as an exist material, it gets banished automatically, so it's a pretty good card to stop at the case and all that, and of course for rank 8 plays. Then your level 4 Gimmick Puppets, 2 Gimmick Puppet Scissor Arms, basically to send Treasury Doll to the graveyard, so definitely helps with that because you need it in the graveyard as fast as possible, or send Shadow Feeler to the graveyard. So, and if you don't have to use its effect, you can just make rank 4 plays with this card with the next card, Gimmick Puppet Humpty Dumpty. When you know a normal spell summon this card, you can spell summon a Gimmick Puppet from the hand, so it's good for rank 4 plays pretty much, or to get that $30 out of your hand if you need to. Then 2 Gimmick Puppet Gear Changer for of course rank 8 or rank 4 plays with your Gimmick Puppets, which can be much copied levels of the Gimmick Puppet monsters. I'm kinda going back and forth with either 2 of this card or 3, but 3 can be a little bit cloaky at times, so I think 2 is fine for now. That's it for the Gimmick Puppets in the main deck. Now around the Machina engine still. Some say that using rank-ups and Machina engine in the same deck is not good, but I think it's still pretty good for consistency reasons. So first is 2 Machina Cannon, a new addition to this deck, because you can just spell summon this card with discarding any number of machines, so it's good for rank 8 plays, because of course it's a level 8, so you can just spell summon. So, and of course a searchable trade-in target, and of course discard for Machina Fortress, the next card, which is pretty good, of course really good Machina boss monster. Only of course need one of this card because you don't want to throw multiples. And finally the last monsters are 2 Machina Careframe, of course to search out your Machina Cannon or Machina Fortress. So yeah, so that was the monsters. Now let's see the spell cards. So first is of course the Rank-Up Magic Arts and Khaos Force. Of course, yeah, really good. You can recycle it from the graveyard when you spell someone rank 5 or higher monster. So, and of course it's pretty much generic as well, that you can just rank up your rank 8 to any Chaos Xyz or Chaos number monster. It doesn't have to be the same type or the same number or anything like that, which is really good because of course Chaos Xyz Course Lord Ultima Trainer. Then 2 Chunk Puppet to revive your Gimmick Puppets, but I cut this down to 2 because it's not really that good early in the game. So yeah, at 3 it kind of became way too cloaky, I think. Then 2 Machine Duplication for combo plays with Dreidel and Humpty Dumpty, so of course really good. I'm also thinking about running a Feno Reckless Summon alongside this card, but I'm not exactly sure yet, because of course if I add them in, the deck might become a little bit more inconsistent, and I don't really want that, so I'm still thinking about that. Then the draw cards, free trade-in, of course, you run a lot of level 8 monsters, so yeah, so really good. And the 1 advanced draw, it's basically Pot of Greed with Dreidel, because of course you revive your Dreidel pretty much for free, and then you can tribute it for this card and then draw 2 cards, so pretty much for free. So that was the spell cards. Now let's see the traps. So this version of the deck definitely runs a lot more traps. I only used to run a Royal Decree, but now I do run a lot of protection as well as the new trap card from World Superstores. So 2 Marshalling Field. I think it's pretty good. It has multiple uses in this deck. Of course it can manipulate levels of machine type monsters, but that effect is not really that relevant in this deck because of course Dreidol's restriction, but I can use that effect sometimes well if I don't use Dreidol as a material. Then of course it can protect your machine type Xyz monsters, especially if you summon out your Chaos number 88, which cannot be targeted. So if my opponent activates Raigeki or Dark Hole on that, I just activate this and protect my Chaos number 88. And of course its last effect is the most relevant. It can just search out your Rank-Up Magic Art and Chaos Force from the deck, or you can just get it back from the graveyard if you need to. So yeah, definitely a pretty good card in this deck. Then the 1 Trap Stun, so you can go off safely. I'm thinking about running a second one of this as well, but I don't really have a second one currently. Then staple traps pretty much now. Swallow Mowing, Compose Evocation Device, Ring of Destruction. I'm still kinda iffy about this card in my decks, but in this deck I think it's pretty good. It can do some damage to your opponent, of course yourself as well, and then in your turn you're just going to do some more damage with your Chaos number 40 and all that. Then the Bottomless Trap Hole, of course, really good. Torrential Tribute for Mass Destruction, and 2 Finish Chain, of course, for Monster Effect Negation. So that was the traps and the whole main deck. Now let's see the extra deck. So first is Chaos number 88, Gimmick Puppet Disaster Layer. Of course many don't like this card because it does require quite a lot of resources, but I still like this card quite a lot, and it's still pretty good. Of course it cannot be targeted, and it has a winning condition effect as well. You detach one action material to inflict 1000 damage, 3500 attack, and you can protect it with a Marshalling Field as well. So yeah, it's definitely not bad, I think, and it's pretty much my favorite Gimmick Puppet because of how powerful it is and all that. Then of course Chaos number 40, Gimmick Puppet of Dark Strings. It can do some very nice auto-K plays, blows up all of your opponent's monsters. Of course you use the regular number 40 before that, and of course inflict damage and all that. I don't run Khaos number 15 anymore, because I don't think it's powerful enough. It only has 2500 attack and only blows up one card. I think Khaos numbers should be a lot more powerful than that. Then I run one Khaos number 9, Khaos Titan Sphere, another new addition to this deck, because of course I can just rank up one of my dark strings to this, or use Marshalling Field to summon it to the rank 9 Mirror's Force and the Black Mirror, and then rank up into this then. So yeah, definitely not a bad addition to this deck. Then of course 2 Khaos Xyz Ghost Lord Ultima Trainer, pretty much one of the best Khaos Xyz monsters ever, because it can be targeted by card effects and you just get extra draws as well, and even inflict damage if it was a monster, so definitely a very powerful card in this deck. Then one Mirage Fortress and the Blackner, if I use Marshalling Field of course to make my machine type monsters level 9, but of course I can't use Treasury Doll to go into this, so it's a little bit harder than in other decks. So, and it just banishes a card either from the field, hand, graveyard, or even from the top of the deck, but most either banish from the field or hand of course. And of course you can rank up this into then Khaos number 9 as well. Then of course number 88, Gimmick Puppet of Leo, of course to rank up into Khaos number 88, but it's also a 32 high attack beater, but its wing condition effect is not of course used much because I do run back row in this deck. Then of course the main Gimmick Puppet Xyz monster for your rank up plays and all that, and 3000 attack beater. Of course number 40, Gimmick Puppet of Strings, just the Xyz material, and then all the monsters on the field gain string counters, and then in your opponent's next turn's end phase they are all destroyed pretty much, but mostly they are not going to be destroyed at that point. Mostly you just rank up this to Khaos number 40 then, and yeah, then Dark Strings effect blows up those monsters. Then number 15, Gimmick Puppet Chunk Grinder, of course blow up a cheese monster, inflict damage, or any other purpose as one monster, but then it of course doesn't inflict damage if it wasn't an Xyz monster, so it's definitely really good in some situations. Then one Felgrund, the Divine Dragon Knight, or Divine Dragon Knight Felgrund I mean. Of course if I don't use Treasury Doll as Xyz material, I can just go into this, so it's of course pretty much the best rank 8 still. Then the rank 4s, because I can go into them. Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon, of course, really good. Girl Gigant Cross, pretty much the most common Xyz monster I go into in this deck to search out my essential cards like Scissor Arms, Gear Changer, or Machinal Care Frame, so definitely a very essential card. And finally, number 101 Senator Arc to get rid of spell summoned monsters. So yeah, I do need a Lava Chain for this deck, of course to send Argent Chaos Force to graveyard, but of course it's still a little bit too expensive for me, but I might get it eventually. So that was my updated rank up Gimmick Puppet real life deck profile. It's definitely a pretty fun deck, and can be very powerful at times, but it's still of course not very competitive, and they will need a lot more support to be good enough. Hopefully they will get some in the future, but I'm not sure about that. So I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. For now, goodbye and Omega Chaos out.